Hi everyone, and welcome back to Travel with Tom. We are in Latin America and specifically Argentina. And today we're making these guys, alfajores. Alfajores are these amazing, very, very crumbly cookie sandwiched together with dulce de leche. And you can find them in bakeries all over, yes, Argentina, but Israel. With all the Argentinian immigrants who came to Israel, they brought and introduced alfajores. But one of the things I've heard a lot is that they're super, super sweet. The homemade version, though, isn't. The homemade version is that perfect combination of sweet and crumbly, and these are Moorish, seriously. So let's walk you through it. Let's get on with making these bad boys, alfajores. Okay, so straight away, this is a different cookie than you would expect because half the amount of flour is actually corn flour. It is really, really crumbly. So I have 250 grams of plain flour or all-purpose flour. And to that, I'm adding 250 grams of corn flour or cornstarch. This means the cookie crumbles super, super easily. But it also seems to absorb some of the moisture from the dulce de leche. All right, so those are my two flours combined. To that, I'm adding a pinch of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So those are all going in, and my flour mixture is done. Let's set that aside. Now let's do the buttery goodness mixture of this all. So here we go. That is 250 grams of butter going into my mixer. You can do this with non-dairy alternative. And if you're about to say, what's the point? Dulce de leche is dairy. I'll give you a non-dairy alternative for the dulce de leche as well. I can't seem to replace the eggs, so I can't make this vegan, but we can make it non-dairy if we want. Okay, so my butter is in there. To that, I'm gonna add 150 grams of superfine or caster sugar. We really are going for a super crumbly cookie. So the finer the ingredients going in, the better of a crumble we'll get. So we're gonna cream the butter and the sugar together, which is like the creaming method you do for many cakes. And to them, we're gonna add a few more ingredients. So excited, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I cannot even explain how excited I am about these cookies. All right, everyone is doing their thing here. I'm gonna use my spatula just to encourage the mix a little bit more. And I think alfajores really do get this rap of being super, super sweet. But once you make it at home, your world and your opinion on alfajores will change. All right, so my butter and sugar are creamed together. To that I'm adding, and this is where we combat the super sweetness, the grated zest of 1 lemon goes in there. Let's get all of it in. And to that I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of brandy. That's the secret ingredient. So I don't know how many commercial bakeries are going to the trouble of adding a tablespoon of brandy and the zest of 1 lemon into theirs. And along with the brandy, I'm adding some of my homemade vanilla. A few weeks ago, I couldn't buy any vanilla, so I made my own, and it's just come together in the perfect vanilla goodness. So what you can see here is my vanilla beans, which I've soaked in vodka, and it's been about 5 weeks, and now it's ready to go. So a teaspoon of my homemade vanilla essence. Obviously, you can use your own, store-bought vanilla. You don't have to wait 4 weeks and make your own. So that is all going into my butter mixture, and we're nearly there. My last ingredient in my butter mixture is 3 egg yolks. So those are going in. And we're almost done making the cookie itself. It's very exciting, seriously. Oh my goodness. Alfajores. Amazing. Okay. My butter mixture is done. We're just gonna wipe it clean from the sides of the bowl, and we are going to add our flour mix to it. So my flour mix is carefully, oh so carefully, because I do tend to make a mess, going in here. Yes. Oh, so exciting. Yes, 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 so good. Okay, we're gonna mix it all together, and then this is, as I said, a super crumbly cookie, so it's not ready to be rolled out yet. Once the dough comes together, it needs to go into the fridge for at least an hour. You can make this a couple of days ahead of time if you want to stagger out the making of the alfajores. So it's just coming together. And our dough is there, it's nearly done. I'm just gonna wait, if you could see, for it to become a ball inside the mixer. And just do its own work. I don't wanna get too involved in this. I really wanna leave this as crumbly, or the baking term is short as possible. It's where the term shortbread comes from. So there's my dough. My dough is out of the mixer. You could see it's a big mass of dough. I'm gonna wrap it up and refrigerate it for at least an hour before we attempt to roll it out. If we roll it out now, it's all gonna fall apart. Let's discuss dulce de leche for just a moment. So dulce de leche, that's South American caramel, we'd be, excused from thinking it was just a caramel. But dulce de leche actually isn't, in the sense that caramel, the base of a caramel is burnt sugar. The base of dulce de leche is caramelized milk. It's the milk that is caramelized as opposed to the sugar, thus the name dulce, sweet, de leche, of milk, sweet of milk. So you can make your own. I wasn't able to find a really good South American dulce de leche here in my neighborhood, so I bought a can of condensed milk and I made it myself. It is the simplest thing in the whole wide world. You stick a can of condensed sweetened milk into a pot of boiling water. You let it boil for 3 hours, and what you get is this. Let me show you. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited and a little nervous, because what if it didn't work? And there you go. Woohoo! So that is what dulce de leche looks like. It is just boiled condensed milk. Now let's say you want to make alfajores, but you want to make them dairy-free. I don't know that there's a substitute for dairy-free condensed milk, but what you can do is this, biscuit cream. It's a completely different flavor to dulce de leche. It is caramelized cookie cream. It's actually not quite as sweet, so that may be a good solution for people who find dulce de leche too sweet. It is dairy-free, but it is the right color. Oh my gosh, the right consistency and tastes incredible. So you can use this instead of dulce de leche. But we are definitely using the homemade dulce de leche today to fill our alfajores. My dough has been resting in the fridge for an hour. Now it's time to roll it out. So I find easiest to roll out dough in small portions. So I'm going to divide my dough into 4 and just work with 1/4 at a time. So this is my little tip here. You don't need to do this, but I find it a little bit easy to roll if I just give my dough a little bit of a knead before I get started. So I've given it a knead on a lightly floured surface with a lightly floured rolling pin. I'm gonna roll this out. In alfajores, this dough is so crumbly that it doesn't need too much, strength on our part to make the right thickness is what I'm going for here. And they're gonna cook beautifully. They're gonna remain super pale in the oven, and I really don't want it rolled too thin. So have a look at that. I'm going for a slightly thinner than a pound coin, but I haven't touched money in so long. I mean, Amazon Prime is getting a lot of my money, but not like pounds. I don't know when the last time was that I had any physical cash in my hand. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was a long time. Okay, so they're rolled out just as I want it, and I'm going for a little cookie. I don't really want it to be too big. As I said, these guys can be super sweet, and I think a little goes a long way. But if you want a massive cookie, go for it. Who am I to tell you? Okay, so just punch them out. And my next tool of the trade is this guy. I use him all the time in baking. It's an offset spatula, and it helps lift the cookie easily onto my baking tray. And as soon as I'm done punching out a whole load of them, they're gonna go into the oven to bake for about 8 minutes until they are set and cooked, but still pale. So lots of punching out of cookies here and lots of baking coming up. All right, assembly time. I love this part. So I put a dollop of Dulce de Leche in each cookie, and I always do this turning over ahead of time. So I turn over the ones I'm gonna fill, and I leave on the right side the ones that are going to top it. So these have already come together, and just smush the top on. You could see that cookie broke apart when I tried to fill it because they are super crumbly. Oh, this is the best part. There is such incredible satisfaction connected with filling a cookie and then topping it. So exciting. Ay, this is so much fun. Okay, and now that I've finished this whole tray, I'm going to smush them together so that the filling kind of peeks out in the sides, and then dip it into my desiccated coconut. The traditional way is to not toast the coconut, but I find toasted coconut adds another flavor. Ooh, see, I broke that one, but we're still gonna eat it. So don't smush too hard because these cookies are super duper fragile. Gently. All right, and there we go. Make these. I'm serious. Just make them. Just like don't even think about it too much. You are going to love them. Look at that. Like, what's not to love about that? Really? What? Just nothing bad about this going on here. All right, make them. See you soon. Bye.